Hey guys, this video we're looking at Venn diagrams. You would have seen a picture like this before, two circles that overlap, and the part that overlaps is the events where they intersect and have things in common. And then obviously you've got event A and event B. Anything outside of those circles within the box are things that aren't happening. And you've got this weird E that is kind of elements. Yeah, so we'll just have a look at a few things. Two key symbols that I want you to understand is that symbol and that symbol, okay? And I'd like you to consider this as union, okay? And this is intersection. So think of this as a bridge, and a bridge kind of connecting two things together. So this middle part that overlaps, we're talking about anything that falls in that space is A intersection B. It's what event A and event B both have in common. Okay. Now, in terms of the union, when you think of a union, we think of a group of people, we think of group of something, and we're talking about a collection. Okay. When you combine everything together, um, so combine the elements of events together. And when we do some examples, I guess it'll help make sense, because you might have not only two, you might have a Venn diagram where you have three, okay? And we'll call this A, B, and C. We've got three events, and obviously the things that overlap A and B would be everything there. But then the things that are in common between A, B, and C is just going to be the stuff that's in the middle. If we're combining, say, A union B, we're looking at, no, I might even change it. If I say A union C, we're only looking at all the elements that appear in both A and C. Okay, and then the same thing if I said what is the union of B and C, then we're looking at everything that is in C, and we're going to look at everything that is also in B. Okay, so hopefully that visual kind of helps just to differentiate the difference between intersection and union. Okay, so let's have a look at example here. I want to draw a Venn diagram representing the relationship between the following sets, and we've got elements, and it's this weird squiggly E, if you can see that, that little symbol there. And I guess for simplistic purposes, you can just put an E that like that is fine, and it stands for elements. Okay, so here are all the elements that we're working with. Obviously, it's not every single letter in the alphabet. It's just a select few. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So here we have 13 elements. Okay, and the number of vowels that we have here is A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, so there's 5 vowels. And consonants are obviously the others. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 consonants, and they are C, G, K, M, Q, S, W, and Y. And then lastly, we have a third set, C, which is the letters of the word cages. Okay, so cages, we're looking at C, A, G, E, S. Okay. All right. So now it asks to use a Venn diagram to list the elements in the following sets. Now, what we could do is, I'll just shift this up here. let's draw a Venn diagram. And because we've got 3 sets, okay, so there's 3 sets there, and we'll call this A, yep, we'll call this B, and we'll call this C. Now, what we need to pay careful attention is to see if there's anything in common with all 3 sets, okay? There is nothing in common between set A and set B, but we do know that there's something in common with set A and set C. So set A both have an A and an E, the same thing with cages, so A and E. So I'm going to put A and E over here because that's what they both have in common. And then the other elements is going to be I, O, U, because they are the 3 elements that only belong in set A, and it doesn't belong or share anything in common with any other set. Okay, so now what we have in common between B and C is the consonant C, the consonant G, and the consonant S. So we've got C, G, S. We can put those in there. There is nothing else in that only belongs to C and nobody else. Like, that's it. So there's nothing for C. There's only something for A, something in common between A and C, something in common between B and C, and then obviously the other letters belong to B alone. So that's K, M, Q, W, and Y. Okay. So here we go. Use the Venn diagram to list the elements in the following sets. So remember this little symbol. That little symbol is the complement, okay? The complement of B is everything that does not belong to B. And so that means it's going to be A, E, I, O, U. It's all the vowels. All the vowels don't belong to B. They don't exist in the circle of B. So that's what we're going to list. With the second one, remember the bridge. Bridge is the upside down U. So we want to write down all the elements that are in common between B and C. And so that's that shaded part here, C, G, and S. And then the third one, we're asking what is all the elements that belong to A and C together, combined, A union C. So it's not only the intersection, but it's everything combined, okay? So everything that belongs to A and C together, all right, is going to be this portion. So I might shade it for you. So everything that belongs to A union C is going to be that, all right? So A union C is going to be A, E, I, O, U, and then it's going to be C, G, and S, all right? And then the last thing is, what is the union of the intersection of these two and the intersection of those two? So let's have a look at this. So the intersection of A and C is A and E, okay? The intersection of B and C is C, G, and S. So that means the union of both sets, the combination of both sets, is going to be all of those 5 elements, A, E, C, G, and S. Okay, so hopefully that helps you with Venn diagrams. Hopefully that helps you understand the I guess the use of those symbols of intersections and unions. And as we go along, we'll become more familiar with this because they'll appear more frequently in what we do. Okay, great. Any questions? Let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.